Okay, so we're watching GWH. NTRB is also on watch, but this one's kind of fading. Pre-market, it's actually breaking its trend level. I drew a trend line here, but for some reason I can't see it. Not sure why that is. But right here it's popping up before the bell, which is awesome. We can go for the 5-minute break of 86 here. 4-cent spreads right now. I'm gonna buy in here at 73. I have to sell there. Have to stop out there. So I was expecting it to actually just rip over this 1-minute high. So obviously that didn't happen. Stopped out quick. Okay, so let's see. GWH has like a 20-cent spread though. Big spreads on this one. So that's exactly why I don't trade the first minute. As you can see, it popped all the way back up. Now it's all the way back down. That's so whippy. Jesus. One thing I didn't realize was that it was right at its 50. So that's one thing I just didn't notice. The reason I bought here, like I said, was for the 1-minute high break. I thought it was just gonna surge, quick pop 311 and then sell. But obviously this thing just dropped a whole dollar, which is insane. So 20-cent stop. I mean, I'd say that's pretty good. Normally my stop's 15, and knowing that this thing just tanked, I mean, lucky stoppage for me, I'd say. GWH. So GWH is a recent IPO. Not much that we can do. All-time high on this one, 1750. So I'd say it's like right here. And that was pre-market too, I think. Yeah. So GWH here, about to break the 1-minute high. I'm interested in this one. I just want to see the spreads tighten up a bit. 30-cent spreads right there for a second. This one has about 10-cent spread, so I have to be real quick on it if I am gonna take a trade. Big spreads here, 14-cent spreads for a second. Breakthrough 16, maybe it can touch VWAP. Potentially take an entry. However, if it holds this as a sideways consolidation, then I'll probably get in for or get in for a first trade on this. So far it's holding 1630. Kind of want to take an entry here at 1640. So broke 1650 for a second. $75. So definitely could take an entry here. See if it breaks 17 there. So there's the break. So that would have been a perfect entry. That would have been a 50-cent move. Ah, why didn't I take that? That was an obvious pullback here too. I guess I just got nervous because I don't trade stocks this high. And that's probably what I should do, is not trade this. But there's nothing else popping on the scans, which kind of sucks. RRD. Wow, look at that. Right into a halt. Ah, Jesus, this would have been a perfect move here. Solid move if I would have just taken this entry. I don't know, I just didn't want to take it because it's above my price range. I don't want to risk taking an entry here. Definitely would have been up on the day for sure. Made back this entire loss, this entire move. I would have taken my entry here in the 40s, like 45 is where I was planning to get in. And this thing went all the way to 18. So that would have been $1.50. And now it's in a halt actually. Not really interested in NTRB below VWAP, especially with a 5-minute looking like that. Notice that whenever we trade them here for the break of VWAP, it's just kind of trash. It breaks through and then just false breaks like this. So I want to see something significant. So RRD here for the break of the 5-minute high looks pretty good. RRD is also, oh okay, no. I was gonna say it's also recent IPO, but no. All right, well, the only one that's really, really moving today is GWH, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for that one. Let's go back to GWH. It's at all-time highs right now, so we don't really have any resistance levels. It's kind of like blue skies from here since it's a recent IPO. What really sucks is I could have taken my entry here, and I knew I should have taken my entry. But like I said, I didn't want to take it here just because it's out of my price range. But now I'm feeling so much FOMO that I want to take a trade, but I know it's not going to be a good move. Because now I'm just acting on my emotions. I knew right here, like, oh, at 45, I should have just taken my entry. Kind of sucks. It's whatever. So this thing should resume in about another 2.5 minutes. From around there. Absolutely nothing else popping on the scans. RRD actually made a move there, but not like a significant move. It's about a 15-cent move, not even. V. NTRB, our leading gap, is just sideways below VWAP here. Really nasty move in the beginning. I mean, I expected an immediate break. A quick pop, and I felt it could just fade to VWAP and then, you know, bounce off that level, but obviously not. Just tanked right away, so immediate loss on this one. This is just also why I don't trade the first minute, because I like to see what they're gonna do, but broke a rule there, so that's what I get for it. I'd like to see NTRB finish high. I would really like to see it finish above VWAP. But yeah, this thing's not doing it. Definitely looks like it's gonna break the 5-minute low here on the next candle. 10 minutes just not looking hot at all. So even the daily hit the 50, now it's rejecting like almost immediately. I should have known because these other days it's also rejecting the 50. All right, let's go to GWH. It's about to open here. Okay. So our support level is here at 1650. It's pretty extended off the VWAP, I'd say. But let me see. If we see some more sideways momentum or sideways consolidation, then I'd get in. But if it just rips into another halt, I'm not interested. I gotta wait for a pullback on this. Break of 19 maybe. Nope, held 19. Extremely whippy. Spreads are kind of big. Broke over 20 for a second there. Now it's back to 1950. Back in the 20s. See if it fills this gap here on a drop. High here is 1813. Somewhat of a support level here once it breaks through 18. Breaks down to 18, I mean. Kind of still want to see a pullback on it, but I don't want to see this 5-minute finish red. It's still holding 19, which is pretty good. But I don't know. It's too risky. 30-cent spreads here. You know, I might stops 15 cents. If this thing drops, it's just, you know, that's it for me. It's just a break to 18 there for a second. See if it breaks 18 and hits our support line here. I would say 18 is more of a support than the one I had drawn out there. So if it breaks 18, I can potentially buy that for a pop back up. See what it wants to do here. And there's 26 on the bid. 16, 17, 15. High here is 1910. 20-cent spread still though. 5-minute doesn't look the best, and 10-minute also doesn't look the best, but the 1-minute looks pretty good for a curl back up. Oh, I should have taken my entry there. I could still get in here, but my god, I had seen this huge buyer. I don't know if you guys were able to see that huge buyer just came in at 1850 or 1860 somewhere. That was solid. He just popped up for a second and then I just saw it rip. I was like, no. So definitely held support here. Should have taken my entry. It's whatever. Again, I don't think I'm going to take it. I don't think I'm going to take this trade regardless. Just because it's way out of my price range. I'm not going to take this. Too risky on the account. Definitely could have made a lot of money on this if I took these two entries so far, but break over 20, that was nice. So it almost tapped our support line to the penny, which actually if I move it up a little bit there, it basically is to the penny. High of this candle here was what, 13? Went to 15, so almost to the penny. So it's rejected 20 twice. So I'm curious as to whether it's gonna break above and start ripping, or if it's just gonna sideways consolidate, maybe pull back a little more below 18 and then curl back up later in the day to 20. Kind of curious, not too sure what it's gonna do here. Let's go back to TIPT, NTRB. So NTRB is just fading here. Rejected VWAP twice. Not looking good. WWR is also in the scans. PET V. GWH is like the only one moving. LAC is actually moving kinda. But GWH is the one that's on watch primarily. So I could definitely take another entry here for the break of the high of 957. 5 minutes about to open. Open kind of low so we can see the break of 1815. See if we can break below that level and actually hold above 18 though. That'd be pretty interesting. So here's a break. Let's see if we can get 1850 to break. 52. 50. Even though it's holding 50 here, I still don't trust it for a break or a rip all the way to 20. This thing would have to rip through this 1 minute high here for me to feel comfortable. But even then, I mean, the 5 minutes looking nasty, looking kind of uggos. The 10 minute, I mean, it's looking okay. It's not like done yet. We still got 5 minutes on it, 4 minutes now. See if this is gonna break the high, but I feel it's gonna break the high maybe and just start breaking lower. Kind of like a false break, but we'll see. So definitely two moves I could have taken here, two opportunities, huge opportunities that I just didn't take. Same reason for the first trade here was just because it's out of my price range. That's why I'm not going to take these trades. Definitely could have made money. Definitely could have taken my entries, and I knew the right place to enter. I just hesitated, and knowing the spreads were pretty big, like 20, 30 cents at times. With my account size, with a small account, I'm not going to risk the trade. It's just the potential's there for sure, but it's just not worth it, I'd say. You gotta build it slowly. So now it's rejecting 19. It's not really holding that level. It's breaking this 1 minute low here. There's a break of 1850 now. Hasn't quite hit 18. Hasn't broken below 18 either, which is, right at our support line. But once it breaks that level, we have room to VWAP. And then if it just fades off VWAP, then, oh well. So here's a break of the 5 minute low here, 1815. There's 18. If this can pop back up and come close to 19 on the 5 minute, then it's looking solid for another move up. It's just the 10 minute. We got to see how the 10 minutes going to finish. I would definitely like to see this back above 19 though. It's a break of 18. TARA. NTRB. Still fading. The 1 minute's crossing on the MACD here, so we might see just a pop, but the 5 minutes still looking trash. LAC. GWH. PET V is popping up. Again, nothing significant on this one. Very light volume. Not interested. Everything else, small cap related, is kind of dead, which kind of sucks. GWH is, I mean, technically, I guess, small cap, but it's still too big for my account size. I trade things like $13 and below, or 12 and below. I don't trade anything like penny stocks, like below $3, or maybe $4. I'll try it. $5 I'll try it, but not usually. Okay, let's see if this breaks below VWAP. If it breaks below VWAP and actually starts breaking lower, then I'm just not interested. SMPX popping up here. Big spreads as well, 20-cent spreads. We can potentially see the momentum shift to this one. For some reason, my daily chart looks super trash. I don't know why it's not loading. I hate that. Whatever. So I don't know what the daily looks like. It could be at its 200. I have no idea. Sucks. All right. Still 20-cent spreads. I would definitely like to see them hold or come closer together, but then again, you have very light volume, 600,000. You know, it's not a whole lot of volume. GWH. So GWH is popping off VWAP here, but as you can see, the 5 minutes is not looking good. Same with the 10-minute. It could definitely break the low here. So if anything, I would just take a short if I could. The only thing I'd be afraid of is a rip to 19 all of a sudden, and then a false break all the way back down. I definitely have to stop out with the loss. So I would hate for that to happen because it's still holding VWAP. TIPT popping up again. This one feels a little less risky because it's not moving as quick as GWH. See, GWH just broke its low there on the 5-minute. 1735. Oh no, it double bottom there for a second. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up for today. I'm gonna take the $60 L and just know I missed these 2 entries here on GWH. Like I said, I really wanted to take it. I hesitated for sure. However, I did happen to know that this would happen just because this 1 minute held up so well. And then once I'd seen that huge buyer on the bid, obviously it just took off right after that. So this move here, it held support at 18. I drew this trend line, so I kind of knew as well once it hit 18 that it would, I didn't know if it would pop up or not, but once it did pop up above that level, above my support line, then I knew the next 1 minute obviously could rip. How high it could have gone, no idea, but I know it did a quick flash over 19, and then it went all the way back to 19, and then from there it held up at 1950, broke 20, and then it just rejected that level, and now it's just fading. So these were definitely the 2 moves to make today, but I just didn't want to take them, like I said, because it's too much to risk on the account. 30-cent spreads right away. I mean, that would have put me down, let's just say, I'd say like $70 right off the bat if I had to sell, immediately. But if this thing just tanked, it was moving 50 cents at a time here basically. So this thing just dropped on me, then I was screwed. Definitely could have been a $300 to $500 loss, and that would not have been worth it. So potentially making, I don't know, $200, $300 just to lose 500 or something on one drop. I just didn't want to risk it. So because I mean, if the trade just didn't go my way, then I was done. Let's see what else is popping up real quick. SMPX rejected that level. TIPT. Oh my god. TIPT is a slow mover. It's climbing, but NTRB, our leading gapper. Okay, NTRB actually curled perfectly on the MACD, as I mentioned earlier. So this thing did a perfect curl, and now let's see if it holds above VWAP. The 10 minutes not looking so bad actually. It's coming back to its 50, so I'm hesitant of a false break, especially with these huge red volume candles. I don't know. It's already late in the day, and nothing else is popping on the scans. Market's kind of slow. I'd honestly just pass on it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close it up for today actually, before I keep staring at the scans and want to take another trade. So I'll see you guys later. We'll go ahead and check in tomorrow to see if we have any more small caps popping up, if there's anything good. The market's been kind of slow, honestly, these past couple days, or this past week especially. So hopefully tomorrow will be better. We'll go ahead and check out what the market has. So see you guys later.